All of this rain is coming down heavily. Just in the last few minutes, it started to just downpour over here. But despite all of that, traffic is moving freely, both going in and out of the city.
The owner is now left with this eyesore, but she says it's not going to stop her and her mission for the community. Instead, she's going to let this boarded up wall become a source of inspiration.
Fire crews here will be keeping an eye out overnight. This Midway fire exploded in size Thursday afternoon right here in the rural area outside of Livermore. A sliver of good news for residents here on this street. Traffic has finally reopened, so people can now move freely, but the homes itself, they are still fenced off, as you can see right here, so PG&E can work. Some security has been added as well. Some individual protesters have already come out. As you said, they're looking for ICE agents. So far, they have not found that, but they're making their voices heard, as many others are expected to do that in the coming days. Vicki, it's been pretty quiet out here despite everything that's going on. Currently, there is a ground delay throughout the night because of this wind, and it's causing a lot of havoc out here.
It's important to have a life vest on handy, and also that it's fitted properly to you. So as you can see, I'm pulling it in, making sure it's fitted so it doesn't float off my head.
Well, the San Francisco Sheriff's Office telling us that 3 people pretended to be a part of DOGE trying to carry out that mission at San Francisco City Hall. The NASCAR Cup Series is back for its 35th year at the Sonoma Raceway, and the first day has wrapped up, but there's plenty to look forward to. It's going nice. Everyone has been enjoying this weather. It's been rising, those temperatures, all day long. Currently, we're in the mid-90s, so, I mean, this is the place to be right now in the shade. They tell me it's just been a hard and somber time here, but they did lay out flowers showing that they remember and honor the lives that were lost. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on KRON 4 Morning News. I'm Stephanie Rothman. High surf warnings are now in effect, making it dangerous for those along the coast. Strong wind and heavy rain brought down multiple trees overnight. Back-to-back homicides are being investigated in Oakland. The shootings happening just within a 48-hour span of each other. Ballots stolen just before Election Day. Sacramento County deputies say thieves hit 2 post offices. You can see right here they wasted no time. Cutters in the hand, grabbing products right off the shelves, revving engines, screaming and popping sounds, all part of an early morning sideshow. The National Park Service announced it has killed a coyote it says is responsible for 2 dog attacks at Chrissy Field. In developing news, White House officials are now saying the National Guard troops deployed to D.C. may now be armed. On the peninsula, significant flooding led to a shelter in place this morning in Menlo Park. The warning has been lifted, but the dangers aren't over. A suspicious package shut down Terminal 1 at San Francisco Airport, holding up dozens of flights in the middle of the holiday travel rush. Thanks for joining us on KRON 4 News at 11:30. I'm Stephanie Rothman. We start tonight with breaking news out of the East Bay. The Union City BART station is currently closed because of a shooting. Tonight, an estimated 1 out of every 8 Americans will have to find another way to get groceries. Fire crews in Los Angeles County continue to make progress on wildfire containment. The Palisades fire has now burned over 23,000 acres. And amid the chaos, one woman stood firmly on Mountain Boulevard, not to help people, but actually their pets. California Highway Patrol is deploying a new tool that's already catching drivers off guard. It's a new patrol car that you may not see coming exactly. Take a look at this new video from Alameda County firefighters. Shows them tackling that huge fire that started by the explosion in Hayward on Thursday morning. Dan, the fire has long been put out, but the damage is severe over here. As you can see, the home is just a total loss, and next to it, PG&E crews are still working on the line underground, and they're going to be out here through the overnight hours. It's unsure when the scene will be completely clear. One of the 6 injured is in stable condition tonight at the hospital. The conditions of the other 5 people hurt are unknown, but many residents are displaced until law enforcement and first responders finish combing through all the debris here on the streets. Doorbell footage shows a dramatic wake-up call for Hayward residents. A massive explosion shooting fire and smoke into the air.
Just a boom, not only just a boom, but it fully rattled the entire house.
A big sound, like I thought it was like maybe earthquake.
Inside, The home is a complete loss. Alameda County Fire Department officials confirmed that 6 people were hurt and taken to the hospital. No updates on their conditions.
Some like my neighbors were hurt, like their shoulder or their face. I see some blood. Yes, it was terrible.
Residents say debris and traffic caused by construction for more than a year is one thing, but they now say it has put the whole neighborhood at risk.
Construction workers came by, said to my mom and said to us that, like, yeah, we're trying to figure it out right now. That looks like we nicked a gas main as they were doing construction because they're trying to level the street. They nicked it. They called PG&E. They were trying to figure it out. I guess it just wasn't fast enough.
3 structures on 2 separate lots were damaged in the explosion and subsequent fire. Pacific Gas and Electric was notified around 7:35 in the morning that a third-party construction crew hit an underground gas line while digging on Llewellyn. A PG&E spokesperson says crews were on scene for 2 hours and the flow of gas was stopped about 10 minutes prior to the explosion.
We were working to isolate the line and to be able to safely turn off the gas. So it is a process, and we were working. We did not wait.
And just a reminder, it's still a very active scene here. Some PG&E crews working on the line, but they're also looking around the home. There's a lot of debris here on the ground, a lot of glass. So it's unclear when the roads will be reopened to traffic for those who live on the street. But we have seen some residents come back into their homes. It looks like it's on a first come, first served basis, talking to the crews out here, whether or not they can be let in. But traffic around the area is still closed off for some time now. And the cause of the explosion, that is still under investigation. Reporting live in Hayward, Stephanie Rothman, KRON 4 News.
Stephanie.
Dan, many residents who have been in the dark for days now relieved to finally have service back here on Balboa Street. The restaurants and the shops finally have the lights on, and it is bustling out here with people returning to make their purchases as well. But as for the couple I spoke with, the damage is sadly already done, as the ripple effects of this outage are going to be long-lasting. In the outer Richmond, the Reddick family is hoping for a brighter Christmas, especially since it's the first time for 3-month-old baby Eloise.
We'd been stockpiling breast milk for the first 3 months we've had this baby, for when my wife has to go back to work, and all of it's ruined. So we basically have this massive supply. Like, we tried to calculate what even would be the value of it if we had to replace it with formula, and it's like thousands of dollars worth.
Their power has been out since Saturday morning before the Mission Street substation fire that put more than 130,000 San Francisco customers in the dark. They've been managing, but are frustrated with how slow the restoration process has been and the whiplash from the seemingly ever-changing deadlines.
The phone calls I get every 3 hours where they're like, oh, it's at 2 p.m. or oh, 8 p.m. or oh, 10 p.m. Like, you kind of are living in this like purgatory where you're led to believe it's going to be any minute now. And it affects what you do that day, or like, whether or not you go get a hotel room or whether or not you go stay with family.
On Monday, PG&E held their first on-camera news conference since the outage began.
We want to acknowledge that many customers received estimated times of restoration that proved to be inaccurate. We understand how frustrating and confusing this was. We own that, and we're committed to ensuring that we're doing right by them and we're leaving no customer behind.
In addition to the local rec center acting as a resource hub, the utility company will soon open a fund for expedited claims for residents who lost power to be reimbursed.
We're committing to an expedited process. We're working through those details at the very moment, and we're going to be reaching out to those impacted customers very soon.
But Monday afternoon...
Oh my God!
Did it just turn on?
It just turned on.
The Reddicks got an early Christmas gift. Finally, their power is back on, and here's hoping many residents follow suit. Now, the cause of the fire, that is still under investigation. And for updates on the power outages, you can, of course, get the latest information on our website, KRON4.com. Reporting live in the outer Richmond, Stephanie Rothman, KRON 4 News. Hours after the tree collapse, as you can see, crews are still working to try and clear up that trunk and the leftover debris. The tree collapsed onto at least 2 cars, injuring a child.
On the way home from school, we were driving across the tracks, and I looked over here and I saw a tree just fall. And
Late Wednesday afternoon, Cameron returns with his dad and brother to witness the aftermath of the massive tree he saw suddenly snap.
I didn't even hear anything. It was just it happened so quick in the blink of an eye. It was wild.
San Mateo police say just after 2:30 p.m., they responded to the edge of Sunny Brae and Hayward Park neighborhoods. A witness who wants to remain anonymous tells KRON 4 he watched the tree collapse onto a car with a young boy inside. He told us off camera nearby construction workers tried to use machinery to help the boy before San Mateo Fire rescued him and took him to the hospital. His condition is unknown. The local business owner shared he's complained to the city before about this tree, saying the roots have caused the concrete to raise. Other residents add several older trees have fallen in years past.
A little alarming because, I mean, even Palm Avenue here is known for their big palms, and I was just walking by one and thought, you know, if one were to cross right on the street, who knows what type of incidents that would cause.
Water was also seen dripping out of the tree trunk, indicating rot.
The tree is not healthy. They need to take action. So no, you don't want to put people on danger because the tree is beautiful, but the person is more beautiful.
We reached out to San Mateo Consolidated Fire Department for more information, and they referred us to the police department, who has yet to release any further information at this time. Reporting in San Mateo, Stephanie Rothman, KRON 4 News.